Okay, so today we're gonna go about 8 miles farther down on the Sawmill Creek walkway where I used to take my Akita back when he was alive. And we're gonna go down there and I'll show you the difference from what it is. That's about halfway through the trail, or what's like walking down there and what's like, you can compare it with what it's like walking on the north end of the trail. So stick around, we're going for a ride and then a walk, and Ruby's all excited. So do you want to go see where Leo and I used to go walk? Yeah? I'll take you everywhere he used to go. And we'll even stop at the Burger King on the way back where he used to get free food. Okay, let's get your leash on. This is about 5 miles farther down Sawmill Creek. This is where I used to take Leo back when Leo was alive. This parking lot's paved, and we can walk down that ways, cross the bridge, and walk back over on the green stuff. And there's all kinds of crap for Ruby to sniff here. Leo used to pee on everything there was to pee on. So you can see that the trail has switched sides. We're now on the west side of the creek, whereas where we walked before, it was on the east side of the creek. And here has water fountains, and they've also got things in the road where they can chain it off. Oh, Ruby wants to go around me on the leash. That's the same sign, water. Leo and I used to come down here. We'd walk, and then we'd swing by a Burger King on the way back to get a biscuit and some coffee. And Leo used to get free food. He was a funny dog. And now we have another funny dog. So I actually like walking down on this end better than the other one, because it's got a paved parking lot. Two, because I can walk back on the grassy side coming back, but it's also 9 miles from the house as opposed to 2. So that's not one right here, but down farther on the pavement they marked this trail out in half-mile segments, so you can get a good idea of where you're at on the trail. We got some people coming from down there. There's also wildlife down here occasionally. Ruby's finding just as much stuff to sniff as Leo used to. This trail must get a tremendous amount of other kinds of critters that leave doggy nose pallets. I've seen egrets down here, and you can never get close to them. I've seen white and gray ones, but some cranes. Never seen any pelicans or anything though. It's quite pleasant. Back over forward behind those woods is housing. It really is a nice thing. I like it because you can walk on the path. Then instead of coming right back, you can cross the bridge down there, go on the other side and walk back on the grass. I believe we have a red-tailed hawk in that tree. Sure sounds like it. Flew up off the ground, but it'll probably fly away by the time we get there. They're pretty birds, but yep, that's a hawk. See how close we can get before he flies away. Maybe he's looking at Ruby. Ruby's a little too big. Beautiful birds. Must be something down there he killed. Yes, there he goes. There he goes. I didn't have the camera on. I wanted to see what this little path coming off the thing was. All it does is come up here to the swamp. But Ruby came up and there was a bird right there that she startled. I don't know who was startled more, the bird or Ruby. She is definitely not a wilderness type dog. You play hell catching her. Something scares her. I've seen a lot of these little paths come off the thing. I guess they don't really go to anything. My first thought was that it might be shortcuts over to some apartments and stuff that are way back over that way, but I guess not. And a fair number of bicyclists out this morning. One thing I did notice is down on this end that I didn't notice before. It seems like the bottom is concrete, whereas when you're farther up where we were, it was just a sandy bottom. Like you can see where it sort of turns into muck there, but it's concrete down that way. Then there's the 8-mile mark. That's the other thing about this path, is if you're walking or biking, you can keep track of how far you went with the markings on the pavement. And I was looking on Google Maps, the aerial view. It looks like this path continues across the road we came in on. It goes all the way down and then turned around and follows down to Dorchester Creek. It goes along Dorchester Creek, so I may have to go down there exploring that. I've never been in that. It didn't used to be there as far as I know. But we'll go check it out. There's the bridge. That's our halfway point on this walk. We'll cross over the bridge and then start our way back on the grassy side. I don't have to worry too much about bicyclists. Leo had a habit of, he knew exactly how long this 25-foot leash was, and he liked to stay at the very end of it. So when bikes came, because some of these bikes come through here like they're in a race, the last thing I want is for a dog to get tangled up in a bike. so you have to kind of be aware who's coming up behind you, and you don't ring bells or nothing. That guy's just standing there. He ain't doing anything. Not riding a bike or moving at all. There's another one of them little paths. They just kind of, maybe that's a place for the city people to park their vehicles. It kind of goes off. Looks like it goes to the right there, but that's pretty thick off in there. Anyways, I'll wait till I get to the bridge to film more. Okay, across the bridge and it goes up into that housing development. Didn't used to do that. Let's see if there's anything on the new sign. Okay. Right up here at Richardson is where we normally park. So we run a little over a mile or so to get down to Gahagan and back. And where we're at now is Arbor Walk, and the Big P is where we parked. I said the school's farther up the street, but the Sawmill Creek one ends just past that. But then you've got the, I don't know what they call it, it's a Dorchester Creek, but it takes off on the left there and goes all the way back down around there. That's Dorchester Road. That's where, I guess it ends at the YMCA. So they have made some improvements to this. Okay, here on the bridge, and a golden retriever that wants to play. That's the creek way down yonder is where we came from. Now you can walk up into this housing area. Didn't used to be able to do that. It used to come right off on the grass here, so they built that. But we'll come back down here, walk down the grassy side. A little harder walking for me, but more stuff for Ruby to smell. When I say harder walking, this means it's uneven. And then after rain, oh, that puppy wants to come play. And Ruby wants to play. So you can see it's all wetlands. On the other side, that water eventually filters its way down into this creek. You can see all the little drainage pipes that pop in every quarter mile or so. I know there's deer out in there. Anyways, that's it for the south side of, actually it's south middle of the Sawmill Creek, because it goes a whole bunch farther down. And then I've never been on the Dorchester Creek one. I'm gonna have to go try that. I'll go find out where it starts. Okay, don't forget to comment, subscribe, and share, all that stuff. That's what Ruby says. And we'll see you on the next walk, or whatever thing we decide to do. There's a couple buzzards up there in the tree. There were 3 or 4 more circling around. There must be something dead over here or getting ready to die. Only the one stayed in the tree. There was 2 in the tree and one just flew off, but I don't know if you can see it, but there's one over there and one over there circling around. I think they call them turkey buzzards. I don't know why. You can always tell when they're flying because they got white tips on the ends of their wings. I had a friend on a motorcycle hit one because they were chowing down on a deer carcass on the side of the road. I tried to catch one once when I was riding the bike, but I didn't. Somebody said, good thing you didn't. Yep, see the white tips? Well, that's the last one in the tree. And now they're all gaining out. Oh no, it's going back to the tree. Oh no, it's not roosting time. There are 4 or 5 of them around here. Must be something getting ready to die over there in that chunk of woods. Oh well, nature goes on. That one went back into the tree. Here comes another one. Oh, they come in like they're going to land and then make a turn. It amazes me how those birds they've got the physical equipment to see. There's a whole group of them. There must be a dozen of them up there. It's kind of circling around. Something died over that way. Nature's garbage cans. Oh well. Bon appetit, birds. I'm no woods person, but that looks to me like deer tracks. Them going to, yeah, and then they head back off out that way. That was good grazing for deer, plus there's water. I've been seeing them for a while. Those are the most well defined. So I know there's deer probably come down here at night and sit and watch.